Impact Wrestling presents Hard to Kill. Josh Alexander vs Bully Ray. At Bound for Glory, Bully Ray made his shocking return to win the coveted Call Your Shot gauntlet and earned himself a title opportunity of his choosing, anytime, any place. But unfortunately for Bully, his past came back to haunt him as the Impact locker room showed their distrust for the wrestling legend. Everywhere Impact World Champion Josh Alexander went, he had friends and enemies warning him to watch his back. Following Alexander's hard-fought victory over Frankie Kazarian at Overdrive, Bully made a good on his promise and called his shot honorably for the Impact World title match at Hard to Kill. But the sportsmanship ended there as Bully brutally assaulted the walking weapon and threatened to attack his wife just moments later. As one of the longest reigning Impact World Champions of all time, Josh Alexander has certainly proven that he is hard to kill. But at Impact's first pay-per-view of the new year, he will face his toughest test to date. Will Alexander remain at the top of the mountain, or will Bully Ray usher in a new era and become Impact World Champion for the third time? One thing is for certain, hell will be unleashed in what is now a deeply personal showdown. Following Bully Ray's violent attack on his former friend Tommy Dreamer, which included the use of a ladder and a steel chair, this bout will now be contested under Full Metal Mayhem rules: tables, ladders and chairs and chains. If it's metal, it's illegal at Hard to Kill. Title versus career. Jordynne Grace and Mickie James face off in a high-stakes showdown at Hard to Kill. For Jordynne Grace and Mickie James, the stakes have never been higher. Following her successful Knockouts World title defense over Marta Slamovich in a grueling last knockout standing match, Grace has turned her attention towards the legendary Mickie James. For months, James has been working her way through the ranks of the Knockouts division in what she called the last rodeo, with her career on the line. Every match was a must-win for Hardcore Country, and after her victory over longtime rival Deonna Purrazzo, James was confronted by the reigning Knockouts World Champion, who deemed that she had successfully worked her way back to the top. Now, two of the greatest knockouts in Impact history are set to collide, with both the Knockouts World title and James's career at stake. And something has got to give. Grace versus James, title versus career. It all goes down at Hard to Kill. I will leave the links for ordering Hard to Kill on Fight TV, and I will also leave the link for subscribing to Impact Plus in the description column down below. Jonathan Gresham returns and will battle Eddie Edwards in a match 9 months in the making at Hard to Kill. After Honor No More was driven out of Impact Wrestling, Eddie Edwards vowed to put his past behind him in an attempt to repair his relationship with his wife Alyssa. But Edwards would soon learn that doing so is no easy task. Following a victory over Delirious, Edwards showed his true colours when he attacked the Deranged One after the bell. As Edwards continued the assault, he was haunted by another ghost from his past, the returning Jonathan Gresham. Early this year, during the early stages of Honor No More's dominance, Edwards was set for a match with the Octopus that never came. Now Edwards must pay his sins, as the two will finally do battle 9 months later at Hard to Kill. On Friday, January the 13th, Impact Wrestling kicks off 2023 in a big way with its big must-see pay-per-view Hard to Kill live from Center Stage in Atlanta. Tickets are on sale now. I will leave the links for ordering your tickets in the description column down below. 4-way elimination Impact World Tag Team title match. The Impact Wrestling Tag Team division has been red hot as of late, with several teams jockeying for its top prize after the Motor City Machine Guns defeated Heath and Rhino to become the new Impact World Tag Team Champions, a match where the major players were banned from ringside. Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley laid the groundwork for an epic 4-way elimination match in hopes of determining who the best tag team in Impact Wrestling truly is. The Motor City Machine Guns will now defend their Impact World Tag Team titles against former champions Heath and Rhino, the major players, and the Bullet Club duo of Ace Austin and Chris Bay, who had an impressive showing in this year's New Japan Pro Wrestling Super Junior Tag League. 4 teams will enter, but only one will be left standing in Atlanta. Tarus seeks revenge on Miguel at Hard to Kill. Trey Miguel has a new attitude, and that attitude is what may have won him the X Division Championship. It was the finals of the X Division title tournament where Miguel blinded Black Tarus with spray paint to steal the victory and the X Division title. In the weeks to follow, Miguel would not only continue to deface his opponents, but also the X Division title itself. Now Miguel must back up his actions when the Raging Bull Tarus challenges him in a rematch at Hard to Kill. Will Miguel escape with the victory, or will Tarus restore the X Division title to its former glory? Knockouts World Title #1 contenders match at Hard to Kill. Who will be next in line for a shot at the coveted Knockouts World Title? That question will be answered when 3 of pro wrestling's top athletes collide in Atlanta, including 2 former Knockouts World Champions. Marcia Slamovich and Deonna Purrazzo and Taylor Wilde are set to compete with a golden opportunity up for grabs, but only one can call themselves the #1 contender. We know what Marcia Slamovich is capable of after she took reigning Knockouts World Champion Jordynne Grace to the limit in not 1 but 2 grueling contests. Then there's Deonna Purrazzo, who has previously held the Knockouts World title for an astonishing 441 days. A former Knockouts World Champion in her own right, Taylor Wilde has completely reinvented herself as of late, and this newfound aggression may be the key to putting gold around her waist once again. In a late addition to the match, the stunning and lethal Killer Kelly competes for the first time since November with a title and aspirations on her mind. Moose accepts Joe Hendry's challenge for a digital media title clash at Hard to Kill. The digital media title will be up for grabs when Joe Hendry defends against Moose at Hard to Kill. In a unique turn of events, it was the reigning champion Hendry who laid out the challenge for this championship showdown. The two have been at odds for weeks, ever since Moose said his name on an early December edition of Impact. Hendry has been on a roll as of late, bringing a new level of prestige to the Digital Media Championship. But now he must face his toughest test a former Impact World Champion in Moose. Brace yourself for this collision between two of the heaviest hitters on the Impact roster. Falls count anywhere in Atlanta when Rich Swann and Steve Maclin wage war at Hard to Kill. For weeks, Steve Maclin has been on a violent rampage as he continues to demand what he believes is rightfully owned, a coveted Impact World title opportunity. After taking out Frankie Kazarian with a brutal steel chair assault, former Impact World Champion Rich Swann vowed to teach Maclin a lesson in respect. Tensions between the two top contenders exploded, leading to their match ending in a double countout recently on Impact. Swann challenged Maclin to a rematch, but this time there will be no disqualifications and fallouts will count anywhere in Atlanta. With both their sights set on becoming Impact World Champion, who will reign supreme in what will surely be a wild brawl at Hard to Kill? On Friday, January the 13th, Impact Wrestling kicks off 2023 in a big way with its next must-see pay-per-view extravaganza, Hard to Kill, live from Center Stage in Atlanta. Tickets are now sold out. I will leave the links for ordering Hard to Kill on Fight TV, and I will also leave the link for subscribing to Impact Plus in the description column down below.